Good afternoon. We are back. Happy New Year, she says on the 14th of January. I hope you are all well and thank you for joining us today with Hot Jobs at Higher Military. If you and I have not met before, I'm Lucy Robinson and it is really great to have you here with us this afternoon. As we get going, as Amber and I start chatting, and I'll introduce Amber in a second, please do drop into the comments and tell us where you're watching from, your motivation behind being here, whether it just popped up on screen or if it was intentional, if you're looking for a SkillBridge internship or a permanent job, or you're just here to listen to our dulcet tones this afternoon. We want to say hi to you and we want to acknowledge and appreciate you being here, and thank you for joining us. Amber, welcome. Happy New Year. We haven't done this for a hot minute.
I know, this is crazy. I was trying to remember our last live and I can't, but yeah, Happy New Year. And I'm going to do it, Lucy. And I know you don't want me to, but I'm going to do it. Happy birthday, Lucy. So everybody wish Lucy a happy birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Amber, for 2 days ago. Both Amber and I, most of our company actually are Capricorns. Most have birthdays in January. So we come live to you in January in our birthday month. And yes, it is my birthday today. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you've never been with us here before, let us give you a brief taster as to what we're about and why we do this. Amber and I have joined these lives now probably, well, me for at least the last 3.5, 4 years, Amber for the last 1.5 years. And the reason that we did this was because we wanted to speak to a wider and a larger audience as, best as we possibly can, for multiple reasons. First of all, we have jobs to share. We have SkillBridge internships to share, and we want to be able to get them out to you. Second of all, we are here to be able to answer any questions that you possibly might have about the transition, about the job search, about recruiting, something from a recruiter's perspective, an interview type question, salary negotiation question, or just anything to do with the job search, either in your transition from the military, post-active duty, or we do love our military spouses here as well. So if you are part of our military network, part of our military community, and you have anything that you want to ask at all, don't be shy. Please do drop a comment. Or if you'd rather not and you'd rather connect with us directly, send us a LinkedIn connection request if we're not already LinkedIn friends, or drop us a DM, and we will be very, very happy to share as much information as we possibly can to support your journey. So before we get started, just a few pieces of housekeeping. HigherMilitary.us, that is our website. That is where we keep all of our jobs. Today is just a highlight reel of the opportunities that we have, both SkillBridge and direct hire. So don't think, oh, they've only shared 3 things, there's nothing for me. If there's nothing for you during this time, please do go to our website. We do want you to take a look and see what else we have. But also, again, one step further, if you see nothing that works for you right now, do consider joining our talent pool, our pipeline. What it means is you register your interest, your details with us, and we are then able to keep your record, keep your resume on file. So if anything comes up in the future that we think you would be interested in, we will reach out to you. So it's a really easy, warm way of us connecting and managing and knowing your expectations. Let me share a couple of companies that you may not have heard about ahead of this time. And then after I've shared those, Amber and I are going to launch into a great conversation that we started about 10 minutes ago, but were unable to finish. And we'd really love to have that chat, that conversation in front of you guys. So Calm Seas Psychotherapy. Have you ever heard of that organization? I would probably guess no. They offer a really unique and rewarding opportunity for mental health professionals, and they have multiple opportunities right now. So if you or your military spouse or somebody within your military or first responder network is looking for a mental health professional role right now, this could be the organization for them, because these opportunities are remote and they are awesome, especially if somebody with you is following you on your PCS journey, is a trailing spouse, as I like to call myself. They have a team of experienced clinicians who are hugely passionate about providing trauma-informed care and fostering a really supportive environment for our nation's heroes. They really do want people within our military or first response community to join them. So if that sounds like an organization or an opportunity that you or somebody you know would like to hear about, please do have them connect with Amber, me, or drop a comment below. My absolute favorites, and I think my pal from Veteran Service Brands is here today with us. Veteran Service Brands, you know, they have 81 franchises across the US as of this month, and they are one of the largest veteran-owned service network in the country. They have 4 trades-based franchise opportunities to choose from, and they are a home away from home for those who want to succeed in an entrepreneurial manner post-active duty, but equally want to be part of a wider organization that just really gets who they are, who you are, and what you've been through your military career. So I had the absolute pleasure of joining them last week in Florida, no less, although it was absolutely freezing. Florida did not deliver for me on this occasion. At their national conference, I was able to take my family with me. And the first thing my husband said to me, who is also active duty himself, was, "Oh my gosh, there's so much diversity in this room," which I absolutely loved because it was really reflective of every type of socioeconomic demographic that you find in the military was found in that room. There were over 100 people there. It was amazing. But equally, he said, it's really, really obvious that everybody here has been touched by the military at some point in their career. And that made me really proud. It made me proud that he could see that, he could identify that, but also to be part of that. So if you are looking to set up your own business, if you are a veteran or if you are a transitioning service member and you don't know how to do it, you don't know where to start, but you think you might want to do something like this one day, connect with me or Amber, or drop us a comment and we will share how to springboard, how to get going, at least to start doing your due diligence around this organization. Here's another one. If you are like, I am done, I need to get out of this country, it is too cold for me, I am ready to earn some great money back down range again, but I'm not active duty, then maybe Acuity International is the company for you. They are one of the nation's leading providers of professional services to the US government. They do have commercial clients as well, but I would hazard a guess that with these locations, I'm talking about Iraq, Somalia, we're looking at government clients here. And they have opportunities in various sectors. They have a huge focus on innovation and the commitment to excellence, and that is transparent and that can be seen by the people that they have onboarded in recent times through us and through our amplification of their organization. So if you have a security background or a healthcare background and you want to know more, you can go to our website or connect with us and we'll share that with you. Finally, before we get going on our chat, have you ever heard of Heritage Construction? They are in Central Texas. So there's probably loads of Heritage Constructions all over the country, but this one in Central Texas, they are a huge player in the construction industry, and they offer a really great work environment to those seeking a really rewarding compensation plan, so commission plan. I mean, they have a great basic, so don't get me wrong, but great salary as well. As a company with a really strong reputation for quality and their commitment to excellence, they really value their military employees. They are really seeking to recruit from the military veteran population right now. They are looking for account managers, business developers, people who have got that self-start, that innovation, that self-initiative to get out there and to build their own book of business. Really adore this company and would love to connect if that's something that you are interested in. Amber, there's lots of comments here, but I want to jump into our conversation. But I would also like to say, hey to Caleb, you're in Fayetteville. I'm 40 minutes up the road here in just south of Raleigh. And there was somebody who mentioned the PM position.
Michael.
Yeah, Michael, yes. That is working with a company called Resolve Soft. We are not recruiting for those positions. I was amplifying that on behalf of a friend. And I think you might have sent me a message and I can answer that for you in the DM. Unfortunately, I've been traveling, so I haven't got back to that one. But yeah, let's have a chat, Amber. What were we going to talk about? We were going to talk about don't always believe what you read. Mm-hmm. You want to jump into that and why? What was it that made us?
Yes, so that's my mantra for 2025. I'm not going to believe everything I read as much. And there's truth to it. So we kind of got into this conversation because, the internet is wide. There's a lot of comments on there. There's a lot of media. There's a lot of articles. There's a lot of stuff, right? And so when you're reading, comments or reviews, take it with a grain of salt. Just like I say this to my kids all the time, right? There's 3 sides to every story. There's your truth, my truth, and the actual facts, right? And ours may all differ just a smidgen. So we kind of got into this conversation because, reading comments or reading reviews about different SkillBridge programs, every program is different. And, your experience is going to be different from someone else's, probably because you're a different person. So just be wary of like what you read, especially if it's extremely negative and like it's one negative review out of like, maybe 20 that are just glowing. Something probably happened for that person to make that comment or review. And that's not just with SkillBridge or a job, like Lucy and I were talking, Glassdoor is a common place people go to see, what's the review on the culture of this company or the pay or the hours or whatnot. You want to research the company that you're applying to. So just kind of take everything with a grain of salt and do your own research, honestly. Have conversations with people if you can.
And I would let's give you some context around that. So we saw a review of a SkillBridge internship, that it was somebody's absolute right to post. It was their perspective. It was their opinion. It was their subjective experience. And that's cool. And that ordinarily and typically would give other people fodder and information. And that would be people doing their due diligence and their research, wouldn't it? Except for it was quite the opposite of glowing. And we, from our perspective, know a very different side to that story. And so it was really interesting, their take on the situation based on, and again, our subjective take on the situation. And ours is, again, based on client review, client conversation, information that has been shared with us. Again, we weren't there. We don't know. We've got no idea. But I think what came out of it was, and let's just give you a very top line. The candidate went through a SkillBridge internship, was not offered a permanent position at the end of it. That's it. And from our perspective, that happens. And the full intent of the SkillBridge internship or the CSP internship program is to offer a permanent position at the end of it. And you'll all be aware that things are changing. The MOU is changing in the middle of this year to really tighten down on that so that companies are not taking advantage of the program. But from our perspective, the SkillBridge internship is a 3-4 month long job interview. Nothing is guaranteed. You have to prove your worth and you really get out of it what you put in. If you don't put in your best effort, your A game, the best version of you, why would that company who's had 3 or 4 months worth of experience of how you work then go, you know what, you were a little bit rubbish, but we're still going to give you a job anyway. You didn't turn up. You had a bit of an attitude, but we're still going to give you a role. That's not how it works. And so that's really where we are coming from based on this conversation today. If anybody has any questions as we are talking, please do throw those in the comments. As much as we are focused on our conversation and looking at each other, we do try and get to take a look at the comments as they come through too. And just bear that in mind. If you ever need sage advice or somebody to manage expectations or level set you, connect with us, reach out to us, because we don't know the answer to everything. We really, really, really don't. We don't know the answer to a third of anything, but we can give experience based on best practice and past performance and, what we have seen over the last 3 or 4 years in this situation. And Amber's been on both sides of the coin. She has been a first sergeant in the Air Force, working with people as they work towards their SkillBridge internships. You've been a SkillBridge intern yourself, and now you're working with this population. So we've both got that amount of experience. There were a couple here. So I'm really sorry, you guys, who can't find anything that would work for you right now. over the Christmas period is a little bit dry. We tend to slow down a little bit, but it is picking back up again to the point where I have had a conversation with a corporate partner this morning, and I do have 3 roles to share today that are live that I haven't got up on the website. So like I said to you, do make sure you register your interest, add your details to the talent pipeline, because once you're in our database, that's where Amber and I go first of all when we have a new role that we are sourcing for. We go to our community first of all, and then we come out to this wider community. But second of all, keep an eye on our website, bookmark it, check in maybe on a weekly basis, or follow us on LinkedIn, because we share our roles here as well. You can follow Hire Military, you can follow Tenova, that's our parent brand, or Amber and I individually. And actually, I did a poll about a week ago, like, what do people want to see this year from me? Like, should I share stuff? Should I not share stuff? What is actually you come to my page for? And it was over 70% of people who said, or respondents said, they want to see jobs. They want to see jobs and internships. They don't want any of the rest is noise. They just want to see the opportunities that we have. And I am here for that, which is why if I see opportunities in other companies that I think would be a great fit for our military community, I'll share them so that you can take a look and see, the companies out there who really are supporting our veteran community. I feel like I've spoken an awful lot, but I'll go first with the job, shall I? And then Amber will follow up afterwards with SkillBridge internships. So I said I had new roles. What do I have? If you are local to the Fort Meade, Maryland, these are permanent jobs. These are jobs. These are not SkillBridge internships. Fort Meade, Maryland. So I've spoken to an organization, a GovCon, earlier this afternoon, and they are looking for candidates with secret clearance. This is unusual at Fort Meade. Ordinarily and typically, the people that I work with are looking for at least top secret, if not CI poly, sometimes full scope poly. We've got a cloud engineer, we've got a senior systems administrator, and we've got a DevSecOps. Those jobs will be up on our website later, but if at first glance, they kind of sound like something that could be of interest to you, drop me a DM or a comment below, and I will get the links out to you as soon as I get them up. So that's Fort Meade IT, cloud engineer, AWS and Azure are the 2 that we're looking at here. Senior systems administrator and DevSecOps. Moving as far away from IT to the legal field, we are working with a global insurance and underwriting firm, and they are looking for a senior complex claims adjuster. Locations for this one, they are hybrid, but you have to be located because you do have to go to office, like everybody right now, at least 2 or 3 times a week. Atlanta in Georgia, Houston, Texas, Jersey City, Pennsylvania, and Chicago. What do we need for this? Some military legal experience. Legit, that's it. If you've been a paralegal or you've had military experience and you've got some kind of legal expertise, you've got a JD or you've done something else, or you've been a paralegal for a couple of years, I want to hear from you. These are awesome jobs. I'd love to share them with you. I've got one person who's been hired, a couple of other who are on interview, and I really, really like the people that I've been working with there. Okie dokie. What do I have next? Working with one of the big 4. Everybody always says, what's the big 4? Think Deloitte, KPMG, EY. What's the other one? PwC. We have an internal audit manager. It's to start ASAP. It's hybrid status, Arlington, Virginia, and work from home. It's kind of like a 50-50 split, slightly more from the work from home, but you do need to have a secret clearance and 6 years worth of military experience or federal experience, but military works for this in finance and accounting. Ideally, if you've got one of the 3-letter certifications after your name, even better. If you're CPA or if you've got your PMP. We do need a bachelor's degree in accounting, IT, or finance, or if you don't have that, then an MBA and then a PMP on something on top would suffice. These are great roles, though. We have been working with this organization for about 2 years, and they are continuously coming to us for new starters. So that is an internal audit manager. Arlington could be Tyson's Corner, but generally Arlington hybrid. We have some great positions with the Defense Logistics Agency. We are working to socialize and amplify their opportunities. And if you've ever wanted to work in federal finance, but the thought of going through USA Jobs just fills you with dread, let us be a backdoor for you, because you can work on these ones with a civilian resume. So we have got a financial systems analyst in Philadelphia, and then accountancy roles in Richmond, Virginia, Whitehall, Ohio, Battle Creek, Michigan, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, and then the one that I can never say. You want to hit with it, Amber? Fort Belvoir.
Fort Belvoir. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's not how I would say it with a French English accent, but you guys know what I mean, in Virginia. And then finally, working with veteran service brands. Like I said to you, they are a firm favorite. We've got a couple of permanent roles with them right now, and I really want you to hear about them. So a couple of the franchise owners are doing so well that they are looking for operations managers themselves. And that's in Kansas City, Missouri, and Tulsa, Oklahoma. So what does an ops manager do? Basically, they want somebody who can be a mini version of them. So it has kind of like half of a business brain, can do some estimating, can do some quoting, pricing, can talk to potential clients. It has got that ability to refine themselves and develop relationships. But equally, the other half is actually doing the job. So working in the trade space. So it might be parking lot striping, it might be epoxy flooring. So kind of the best of both worlds. You're getting out and about, headphones on, maybe masked up, doing a really good job. But the other half is learning how to run a business. So they're ops managers in Kansas City and Tulsa, Oklahoma. The other one is still working with veteran service brands, and it is a business developer role. And this one is exceptional. And I'm surprised that we really haven't found the right person for this one just yet, Amber, because it's based out of Baltimore, but it's hybrid. So the team are based in Baltimore, and this is the most experienced and the most successful team in the whole of the business. Their region, their territory kind of covers into Pennsylvania a little bit, Delaware a little bit. So you've got Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania. It's a hybrid work from home, sometimes in the office kind of role, but it is because they have got so much business coming in that they need somebody to warm handoff to manage that, to build the relationships, to manage the customers. It's kind of like business project manager. It's not getting your hands dirty. It is helping the business grow. Awesome position, love the team, super successful, all veterans. So if that sounds of interest, do connect. I would love to share those details. I've monologued for about 20 minutes. Tag, you're it, Amber.
All right, perfect. I know I was trying to keep up with the comments too. So I'm going to go over SkillBridge internships. I saw a few comments in there. I think, Jose, I sent a comment to you about some internships. I did get a new one today, so I'm really excited. So really quickly, SkillBridge internships, for those of you who may not know, SkillBridge, also referred to as Career Skills Program in the Army, is an internship opportunity period for active duty transitioning service members. It can also apply to the Guard and Reserve if you're coming off of full-time orders. But you definitely want to check with your command team as well as your transition team to see if you qualify. So again, this is for active duty military members during their last 180 days of service. This allows them to leave active duty and go PTDY, essentially, to do an internship that hopefully leads to a full-time job at the end of it. And it can be anywhere between, we see 90 days to 180 days. It really just depends on your command team. So if you have any questions about that, definitely reach out to your transition team, your education office, to find out your eligibility. And then if you have any questions, or I mention a position that is available that you want to hear more about, definitely put a comment in the chat with the title of the position. And then after the live, I'll share the link to the role for you to apply. So the first one I have is remote. It is a professional services consultant role. This is a fantastic role with our partners at Splunk. You are going to work directly with customers while acting as the subject matter expert across Splunk's security suite of tech solutions. As a Splunk consultant, you will master new technologies that kind of incorporate into a variety of different areas, whether it's business, analytics, or technology within their different products. So for this position, again, it's remote. A clearance is not required for this. However, there are a lot of qualifications. So let me be clear about the ones that they absolutely do want you to have in order to put you into this position, because this is a mid senior level position. This is not an entry level position. So they are looking for someone who has 7 to 10 years experience currently in a technical consulting role or cybersecurity background. Someone who has a bachelor's degree, at least of computer science, computer engineering, data analytics, cybersecurity, information systems, finance, or math as well. And then additionally, you do need to have some Splunk experience. So either with Splunk products or similar to Splunk products, as well as Linux experience. Linux is going to be the key on this one. Linux is the go, no go. You do have to have not just a basic understanding of Linux, but when I say Linux, I mean like keyboard command experience, hands-on is what they're looking for. Additionally, if you have certifications in AWS or Google Cloud or Kubernetes, that would be fantastic as well. So again, no clearance required. It is remote, highly technical, mid to senior kind of level professional services consultant position. And they're looking for anybody who could start, in the next few months. So reach out to me. Let me know if you're interested. So moving away from IT, we have a fantastic SkillBridge opportunity. I said it in the comments, Veteran Service Brands is fantastic. And they are looking for a social media content creator manager, essentially. So if you are transitioning in the next in the next 6 months and you're available to start in Q1. So that's, anytime between now and March, April-ish, definitely let us know. They would like if you would be located in San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, Jacksonville, North Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, or Baltimore, Maryland. And that's because that's where some of their larger businesses are located. Jacksonville is ideal, but those are the locations that they're open to. So they are looking for someone who can be their social media content creator. They want someone to help elevate their team, their franchise businesses in an online presence. So they're looking for someone who has excellent social media skills. You need to know TikTok, you need to know Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all of those. Additionally, they would like to see a portfolio of what you have done in the past in terms of your social media content creation. Additionally, a strong understanding of web traffic as well as KPIs, proficiency in social media tools such as Hootsuite, Promo Republic, and a creative mind. So if you're creative, that's what they want. They want these amazing catch you social media things to help bring in more business and elevate, those franchise owners, those veterans out there doing amazing work. So if that is interesting to you, definitely put a comment in the chat. That would be fantastic. This is, again, SkillBridge. And then finally, the last one I have is for technical support engineers. This is also remote. This is with Datadog. They are looking, this is sort of entry level. So if you're looking more entry level, this is definitely one you should look into. If you have a little bit of tech background, that's really all we need. You're going to work either in Denver, Colorado, San Francisco, California, New York City, New York, or Boston, Massachusetts. So the SkillBridge is remote, but the full-time offer at the end of this position is hybrid on-site in one of those 4 locations. Essentially, they're looking for technical solutions engineers to bring to their team to provide technical expertise to their customers. You'll do demos, presentations, provide technical support. It's a fantastic company. We already have a huge group of people applying and they love it so far. The company is phenomenal when it comes to, their benefits and their culture. Really, you just need to be proficient in a scripting language. So Bash, Python, something like that. If you can interpret lines of code, if you have a little Linux foundation, you would be perfect for this. So If you have questions about that or you're interested, just put a comment in the chat and I'll be more than happy to chat with you after this and give you some more information. And that is my time, Lucy.
That is your time. We are right on the half hour here, but we've had some amazing questions today. Federal finance role, Dion, was through us, but that's with Defense. Hit me with it, Amber.
Logistics Agency?
Yeah, Defense Logistics Agency. I had a complete brain fart there. How soon should I choose open to work, even though I won't be able to onboard until March? That's Elijah. I would say now. If you can start in March, you should be actively searching right now. Justin, you'd love the links for Fort Meade. I will get those to you as soon as I've got them up. Mike, where would you add your military experience in the resume? I've been out of the military, retired since 2019. The resume should have the last 10 years worth of job experience, work experience. So absolutely below your most recent roles, that should be up there. That should be highlighted. Marlon had a great question. And actually, this is one for another time. How specific do you need to be with where you would like to live and work? I'm open to move, but not anywhere. Good. I'm glad you said that. It's always good to have your parameters. We will share more on LinkedIn, I think, over the next couple of days on that one. I'll drop a comment to you, but also I think we should talk about that one next week. And what else do we have here? Last day is March the 19th. Caleb, no, you're definitely not too far out to start applying now. These application processes take a couple of months. It's January the 14th today. It's my birthday. I know that's the only day I know off the top of my head. So you should be applying now. You've got 2 months. And I think that's about it. So 2 minutes over. Amber, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for spending time with me this afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for joining us and for commenting. We love seeing you here. We do this for you because we want to share as much information as possible. Thank you to all of those who've connected with me on LinkedIn. If you have a specific question, drop it below and we will get back to you as quickly as we can. We will see you next week, same time, 2 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesday. Bye-bye.